Усім привіт! З нами американець з Нью-Йорку Деніел. І сьогодні ми йому покажемо Eileen. Багато з вас коментувало, що я маю показати також цю пісню американцям. Він не знає, що це українська пісня. Якщо вперше на Ніна Україна, вітаю вас! А якщо ви тут не вперше, то також вітаю вас. Подивіться, чи ви підписані на канал і чи у вас стоїть дзвіночок. Бажаю вам приємного перегляду. Україна.
Щедрик, щедрик, щедрівочка, here flew the swallow from the forest, started to sing, flying out, asking the master to come out. Come here, my master, it's time in the sheepfold, wonders to find. Your lovely sheep have given birth to little lambs of great worth. All of your wares are very fine, coin you will have in a big pile. All of your wares are very fine, coin you will have in a big pile. You have a wife, fair as a dove. If not the coin, then the chaff. You have a wife, fair.
Can you hear accent in her English a little bit? Yeah, a little bit.
But that makes it endearing. It's nice. I love her outfit.
So it's Ukrainian traditional outfit, the dress and this clothing.
Have you ever worn that?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. This is Ukrainian now.
Nice. No, I love it. I'm going to be humming it in my head and all day now. It's very holiday, very festive.
But you didn't actually grow up too much with this song, right?
I'm aware of it. It was part of the thing about Christmas and the holidays. They become very secular. So even though I'm Jewish, and we don't separate, and a lot of the music and the festivity of this has come into our popular culture. You know, I listened to Christmas tunes. When I was married to someone who was not Jewish, we celebrated. We had a tree.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's true of a lot of American families. And things have blended together.
And here it's hard not to hear it because when you go during Christmas season shopping, you can hear all these songs everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
And, yes. And I like them. I mean, do you know, this is a true story, that one of the most popular Christmas songs in America is called I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Okay.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
It was written in the 1940s, and Bing Crosby performed it, and it became a standard for everybody, you know, wanting to have a nice snowy Christmas. That's part of the songbook for Christmas that we hear a lot in America. Anyway, it was written by a Jewish man.
Wow.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yes, so you can see that's a symbolic of how mixed everything is here.
And what's interesting that after that song became so popular in the US, and Ukrainians are like, "Wow, this is so popular in the US," and it became popular in
again.
Ukraine. So US kind of helped it to be popular in Ukraine.
Which is a statement about the influence American culture has on the rest of the world.
It's almost like you want something to be popular in Ukraine, bring it to the US, make it popular in the US, and then it will bring it back, and everyone is like, "Oh, it's popular in America. It's got to be good. Though, let's guys also enjoy it and be proud of it." It's weird. It's so weird.
No, but it happens a lot. For example, in film, there are famous French directors, and their films were not that famous in France until they became popular at a film festival here, and everybody wrote and saw it, and then it grew in popularity back in France. So it seems that America drives a lot of.
So I feel like marketing, like
it's commercial. It's market. It's brand. I mean, I know it in sports. For example, the NBA basketball teams are known all over.
Because you're a sports professor, you're teaching stuff about sports.
So some of the biggest brands are sports brands, and they're international. In fact, that's why David Beckham, the soccer player, came here to establish his brand. Grew tremendously more than all his years of being a superstar in England. And he played at the end of his career, and he's formed a team here in Miami, building on the fact that his brand in America is bigger than it is in England. So go figure.
I think every country outside the US should feel great about the things that are created within that country, and they don't
course.
have to wait until, that
They don't
thing.
need to be validated, but I think when you look at commercial validation, okay, just because there's so much here where money can be generated for something like a song like this, but artistic validation and commercial validation are two different things, as you know. So that just the sheer size of us and the fact that we're a marketing capital of the world, and that just has now global, we are now, yes, it's now a global economy, all interconnected. But because this is the center of it. But I agree with you. I don't think, the Sistine Chapel does not have to be, popular in the United States. Michelangelo was great before, before he became, known in America. The Statue of David, all the wonderful things that exist in the world.
Unless they appear in Hollywood movie, they are not known and tourists don't come.
But look, even famous directors came to Hollywood. Hitchcock was British. Milos Forman was a very famous Czech.
Mila Jovovich, have you heard of her? She's Ukrainian.
Yes, I have. But if you want to cash in on it, you come and build your brand. And basketball, all the great European basketball players come to play for the Miami Heat. But that's where and they play for their national teams in the Olympics, and they're proud of that. And here in America, their baseball is big in Cuba, and they have great superstars there. But they all defect. It's a communist country. They're not allowed to immigrate, and it's very restricted. But they take a rowboat across from Cuba to here to play baseball and make millions of dollars here. So it's a phenomena that exists, unfortunately, and driven by the economic engine. And you're a finance professor, so you know some of this stuff, right?
A little bit, but it still fascinates me.
Me too.
And you cannot do anything. I mean, that's just the way the world is.
Well, and there's something called the American dream. And I teach this because it's built on...
You're teaching it about American dream?
Yes.
Wow, I met first time in my life a person who teaches about American dream.
I
Wow,
do.
teach us about American dream.
Okay, I will. It's a concept, and it's founded on the idea, several phrases that we use, that our streets are paved with gold, that the idea is very materialistic, and it's built on an idea of meritocracy. In America, the dream is that if you work hard, you will get, things will come to you. I have always thought that this dream, and built on commercial, the more you have, the more you realize your dream. You own a house, you have a car, you have all this, and it's built on hard work. So if you really work hard, you can achieve this kind of material.
Whatever you want, basically,
Not spiritual stuff.
You're not getting the best meditative state.
No, none of the things.
Not at all, actually the opposite, probably. There's a lot of stress.
Yes, and actually Dalai Lama,
Dalai Lama.
and all of that is very opposite of that vision of success. But the American dream, I always felt from an American perspective, was not as legitimate as it sounded, because like every place else in the world, it's not simply hard work, but sometimes it's who you know, and people who are higher socioeconomic class and born with the opportunity, they get to go to better schools, and so it's not quite as like anybody could be president. That's another thing that, doesn't matter what color or what ethnicity, or poor people can go from the mailroom to the boardroom. There's several. Horatio Alger myth is a story from the 19th century, 1800s, about someone who just was working in a small little job, but he kept hard and he self-educated himself, and he became the owner of the business and very wealthy. That's the dream. But what I've come to realize is that many people from other countries where the economy maybe not, third world, that it is legitimate for them, and they all say, but there just are more opportunities. And being American, I'm a little bit cynical about the dream, because I see Americans who are subject to prejudice or sexism and things that are barriers to achieving the ultimate success. It's not just this big open to everybody thing from my perspective, but from perspectives of people who come here from Ukraine.
They have way higher restrictions,
difficulties. So I've come to a newfound respect for the American dream, and we teach it in terms of what it means to you individually. religious people felt that the holiday was getting very commercialized. Santa Claus, what is that? That has nothing to do with Christ and Christmas, you know.
Yeah.
Santa is some, you know, it's a children's thing, you know,
Yeah.
but there's no religious connotation with Santa Claus. I teach at a Catholic school, and one of the sayings is put the Christ back in Christmas, you know, because it's gotten away from a
Yeah.
lot of the religious meanings. And that's why Christmas has become more of a secular holiday than it is a religious.
Became very commercialized. Companies use it as a way to sell their products and services.
Absolutely. Right after Thanksgiving, that's what they call Black Friday, is the biggest shopping. That's so used to be the kickoff to the Christmas season. It's now expanded on both sides. of
Over
that.
1 month.
Yeah.
By the way, would you have a guess when Ukrainians celebrate Christmas? Which day?
It's not on the same day as we do, right?
It's not, yeah.
Are you on the Greek Orthodox calendar? Yes, that's what I thought. Jews are on a different calendar, so Hanukkah comes different time every year. I give up. When is it on? When is your Christmas?
So there is this 13-day difference,
Yes.
and it would go forward. So for us, it's January 7th.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's okay. That's good to know. So you're not really celebrating a whole lot now?
Now it's like 2 Christmases in Ukraine, you know, one
Yes.
on the
25th,
25th and then January 7th, which
Yeah.
is more traditional.
Why not?
Write down below if you guys celebrate Christmas on both days, on the 25th and on the 7th, yeah, or which day do you celebrate more?
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
It's funny because I grew up in New York, and there was a Greek Orthodox church near me, and on January, I think the day you say, I would hear some of the music and the song on that day, and I was wondering why, you know, when I was a little boy. And that was because there was a
Now you
Greek
realize
Orthodox.
the
Now I
mystery from
realize.
your childhood.
It's been explained.
Yeah, that's funny. And also a funny thing, on January 13th, we celebrate Old New Year.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a small holiday as well, which is like
Nice. You
30
can't have
days.
too many
I know.
holidays.
I feel like Ukrainians have more holidays than any other people.
Do you know they sell a calendar? There's a holiday on every day of the year somewhere
From
in the
every
world.
from every
And
country.
the calendar tells you that this is some holiday and wherever it is. So if you ever want to take a day off
Or
you
a
can-
year off.
a whole year, but on any particular day you can look at this calendar and say, I'm observing, you know.
I'm a fan of this culture. I'm celebrating
the
with
Turkish
them.
national whatever day, which falls on this day. So, I'm sure they must have some Ukrainian ones and American ones.
Wow, that's really fun. Thank you so much. Thank you for reacting to this Christmas song.
My pleasure.
If you guys enjoyed watching this video, then make sure to hit the like button and please leave a comment below what you like the most or answer one of the questions that I asked you during the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the holidays so far. All best wishes to you. Maybe some wishes from you.
Got a feeling it's going to be a better year for everyone all over the world, including in the Ukraine.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.